Greetings, 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 everyone. Greetings, Instagram. Greetings, Facebook. Hello, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is a glorious Monday. Let me just tilt that up a little bit. And we have a lot of ground to cover. I want to thank everybody for coming out last Friday. All of you guys who came out to, what's up, Sarah? All of you guys who came out to Skirball last Friday, it was brilliant. Thank you so much. I really, really enjoyed it. Enjoy it every week, every month rather. And what's up, Kim? And what's up? What's up, Lytel? What's up, Anya? I can never quite read Instagram as well as I can read Facebook, said Mrs. Doubtfire. Yeah, thanks. What's up, Dag? Thanks for everybody coming out last Friday. It was pretty great. And I've got to thank my friend, what's up, Greg? I've got to thank my friend, Andrew, good morning. Wow, lots of people tuning in today. I have to thank my friend, Peter Fleming, for giving me the title of this week's mantra. What's up, Aaron? Which is Kill Vanilla. It sounds like a Quentin Tarantino movie, but it's not. Kill Vanilla. Now, what do I mean by this? So, I've been on this kind of tip now for a while. And I want to just I want to bring home the message. What's up, George? I want to bring home the message, which is industry is forever changed, and we're moving in one direction. I've talked about this ad nauseum, right? Ever since the advent of the internet, blah, 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 blah. It means that, what's up, Jay? It means that no longer are we at the mercy of traditional ways of getting our business discovered, or our art, or our music, or whatever it is, whatever we do. What's up, Tracy? Vanilla is pervasive, especially in the more corporate industries such as real estate, banking, insurance, Wall Street. This kind of like veneer that I've spoken about over the past few years is just pervasive. Now, in my book, I actually kind of like the fact that certainly in the real estate industry, there is a massive amount of vanilla. And I feel like there always will be a massive amount of vanilla. And when we are trying to capture business and capture clients, in my opinion, the last thing we should be is vanilla, right? Now, what a lot of people in all industries, but I'm going to focus mainly today on real estate, what a lot of people do in our industries is kind of like rely on the company to give them marketing and give them flyers and give them this and give them that, which is fine. But if that's the only thing you are doing to be proactive, and I'm going to talk about this in a second, we've got proactive and reactive. If we are proactive, yes, we can use some company marketing, but the most important marketing of all is yourself. Is to tell your clients and your client base the 360-degree view of you. Because if you have commonalities, and we did a great example on Friday, out of the audience, we randomly picked a guy that liked ice hockey. And I showed him how to reach out to his base of people that also like ice hockey, and he kind of had an aha moment. It seemed that way anyway. Proactive agents or proactive business owners are the people who have outbound strategies. What do I mean by outbound? Outbound strategies means you are taking control of who you are, what you're about, what message you are sending out through media, right? It can't just be in real estate. It can't just be pictures of pretty houses one after the next, you know, with a smile and some keys and then a, you know, prom shot. In my opinion, now is the time. There is a huge fracture occurring. I've spoken about the fracture a lot. Those of us that take control of our professional destinies and don't just leave it in the hands of others, in my opinion, will prevail. This is like a Game of Thrones episode. Those of us that go on the attack of our careers will win the battle. I want to talk about reactive agents. Reactive agents are the ones that I just referred to. They kind of go through the day-to-day. They do what they've been doing for years. They do the prospecting, which I'm going to come back to. They do the prospecting, the cold calls, the door knocking, the postcards. All good stuff. But a lot of when it comes to pushing out their personalities and who they are as people and not just business people, they're reactive, right? There's nothing out there. People don't really know commonalities. People know that I love rave music. People know that I love going to clubs. People know that I love DJs, all of that culture. You know, you can't miss it. Everybody knows that. And I think what happens with too many real estate agents is we have this veneer. I also want to talk about formats, right? Because getting in front of the camera is something now that's very easy for me. Before, it was hellish. I hated it. I was very self-conscious. I felt miserable. I felt old. I felt, overweight. I felt like my accent was, you couldn't understand a word I was saying. And all of these doubts and negativity and these fears popped in, right? And I refused to take heed and I just kept marching through them. Now, that's fine for me. I've ended up loving video and embracing it. I want to go over some techniques that will still allow you guys to get your personality to your client base if you are uncomfortable in front of the camera. The most obvious one is be behind the camera. You can almost do like a documentary thing where you interview people, you go to restaurants, if it's hockey, you take your camera or your iPhone to the game, and you just start essentially vlogging on stuff outside of real estate. Why do we do that? So that we attract our tribe. If there are other people in your tribe of ice hockey that want to buy or sell a house, chances are you're going to strike up some kind of conversation if you're diligent about reaching out. And it can't be kind of oily, cheesy reaching out. It's got to be genuine. Hey man, were you at the game? What did you think? Hey gal, were you at the game? What do you think? Etc., etc. So video vlogging through your phone is my favorite. Number 2, blogging. Remember that one? B-L-O-G-G-I-N-G. Blogging. Right? If you're a skilled writer and you can take a few snaps, you can blog. And then you can push your blog to your base through Facebook custom audiences. Right? If you're not comfortable in front of the camera, you're not comfortable behind the camera, then maybe you can write. Maybe you could even do, this is my next one, I'm a very slow reader and I'm a very slow writer. So I like video and I like audio. What about if you did an audio podcast? You don't need to rewrite the Magna Carta here. You don't need to rewrite War and Peace. You just need to put out engaging content where you give everything away. Right? Let's use an example. I live in Studio City in California. If I was to do an audio podcast of, I don't know, Studio City Life, right? For one of a title. I wouldn't use that. That's a working title. Studio City Life, and I would do an audio podcast. I'd find a piece of music at the beginning that I can buy and license, and I'd be like, hi, this is Pete Lorimer. Welcome to the audio podcast of Studio City Life for the week of blah, 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 blah. The newest restaurants are XYZ. There's a new park that's opening. If you're a family person, such and such is coming to town. And I would do daily reports, right? I wouldn't be like, and the latest house is this, and the latest house is that. You can do that on other segments of your social media. What I'm trying to do here is, and also one of the most consumed, you've got Tumblr. I also want to talk about Twitter. Twitter, the forgotten one out of all of them. You can engage with people on Twitter pretty easily. It's very noisy, so you need to kind of know what you're doing with filters. But the point I'm trying to make is this. Outbound engagement. Not just, sending a postcard and waiting. That's like putting a hook in the water and waiting for a fish to swim up and bite it, right? You've got to kind of, I've got no clue how to fish, never fished, but you get the idea. If we get out of our business what we put in, right? It can't just be the boring, mundane strategies that they've been doing for decades. The world has completely changed, so surely so should our strategies, and that's what I'm trying to bring home. Now, for you guys that are watching this, God bless you, because I think you guys are taking charge of your professional destiny, right? There's a lot of people who are not watching this. The vast majority who are happy to be led. And in my opinion, I think they're being led to professional suicide. Because as that ocean of vanilla grows, and I'm going to get into why it's going to grow in my opinion in a second, those of us who have a personality, who wave our flags, who draw a line in the sand, all other expletives, of who exactly we are and what we're about, and we're not just people that sell houses or lead pipes or bake cupcakes, that we're actually 360-degree human beings that have commonalities with other groups of people, we will survive. Now, I want to talk about some stuff in the real estate industry that's really, really important. I've got 2 big points to finish with. Point number 1 is this. offers. It's pervasive through our industry right now. offers are the way that buyers can instantly make offers on houses bypassing the real estate industry. I don't think it's going to kill the real estate industry at all, but I think it's going to pop, pop, pop. It's going to take out those people who are kicked back. People who are reactive agents, who are just waiting to see what happens. If we have a value add, the chances of us flourishing multiplies exponentially. offers, I think, are going to take out a very large section of the vanilla part of our industry, which, in my opinion, is great. Because if you're not vanilla and a very large section of your industry gets removed, that means more business for us. That's how I see it. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, but that's exactly how I see it. In conjunction with this, and this last comment is aimed at you realtors, okay? Never in history, or rather in my lifetime, not in history, but in my lifetime, there has been the trifecta. What is the trifecta? The trifecta is this. Incredibly low interest rates. We've talked about this before. Incredibly low interest rates, number 1. Therefore, no shortage of buyers. There are more buyers out there now than I've ever known. And number 3, it's a seller's market. So the 3 things that drive the real estate industry, interest rates, buyers, and sellers, we have everything has lined up. The planets have aligned to make 2016, 2017 to summer of 2018, I think, the glory years. For those of you who are in the industry now who don't have the numbers that you want, this is the time to grind. This is the time to be getting up at 6 in the morning, thinking about strategies that you can deploy and not finishing work till 6 or 8 or 9 o'clock at night. Because come summer 2018, or I think at the latest spring 2019, this is all going to change. Just like when Facebook came out, I ran hard at it because I believed in it so, so much. And I remember speaking to other people saying it would just be a fad. I feel the same about the real estate market today. Low interest rates, tons of buyers, sellers want to sell. I don't remember this happening before, and the market will change. One thing is for certain. Change always comes. It'll go from good to bad, and then bad to good, and then vice versa, over and over and over again. So right now, real estate is top of the charts. New Kids on the Block, Madonna. Maybe I can think of a newer band. Anyway, you get the point. But every hit record begins to drop down the Hot 100. And I think real estate's going to do that late 2018, early 2019. So now is the time to grind. Oh my God. I want to thank our sponsor, Caffeine. And I want to thank you guys. Let me know what you think about the market. Let me know where you think the market's going to go. Let me know what experiences you are having with social media. Let me know what's working, what's not working. This is an open forum where we all share our thoughts and ideas. I love that you guys tune in. I love that you guys tune in. And there will be a plethora, a veritable plethora of social media this week. Thank you so much, everybody. God bless ya. Go out there and kill it, and I will see you all on the mantra next week, and lots more in between. See you soon. Adios.